Hello, everybody. How are you today? Sorry for the delay, little technical problem. So, today we have story time with Teacher Cole. And today's story is going to be how to get a gorilla out of your bathtub. Interesting. It is written by John Hall and illustrated by Stephen Gilpin. Let's watch our story or listen to our story. Okay, give me 1 second. I don't think it is transitioning like it should. Oh, it is working. Okay, good. Sorry, you guys. New setup with Zoom, so I'm not sure if it's working properly or not. Okay. Yes, it is. Okay, good. So, how to get a gorilla out of your bathtub. Written by John Hall, illustrated by Stephen Gilpin. Here we go. "2M. Who would you give the gorilla lots of ideas for? Even more creative day trips? To JG. Who would want to wrestle the gorilla just to say he'd done it? To DB. Who would become very best friends with the gorilla before the day was out? To GG. Who would have the gorilla all clean and tucked into bed, reading him a story? To JJ. Who would just laugh and jump into the tub with the gorilla? JH. For Talulabelle, because she always thinks she knows what to do. When you discover a gorilla in your bathtub, you first got to decide whether or not it's okay for him to stay there. If you're sure your dad will say no, then you simply must find a way to get the gorilla out without hurting his feelings. Also, without leaving footprints, which would surprise your mother very much. My, but you do have a problem, a big problem. And that is exactly why I wrote this book. You see, I have discovered a gorilla in my bathtub on several occasions. So I have a pretty good idea on how to get one out. No. Laying a trail of bananas to the door won't work. Gorillas like bathtubs better. And please, don't try putting a rope around its tummy. Gorillas do not like ropes around their tummies. It reminds them of being tangled in a bowl of spaghetti. Come now. I can assure you that bringing another gorilla over to play in the backyard is a waste of time. If your gorilla wanted to play with another gorilla, he wouldn't have come to visit you in the first place. Besides, you might end up with 2 gorillas in the bathtub. Oh dear. I can see you are going to need a lot of help. Since you're so smart, you might think of turning on the water to frighten the gorilla. But don't. What if the gorilla brought his swimming suit? What a mess you're in for when he starts splashing around. Now, you could order another bathtub and have it delivered to the front yard and hope the gorilla will switch. But how will you explain that to the neighbors? What about taking a 2-week trip to your grandmother's house, you ask? Maybe the gorilla will get lonely and go home. Good idea. But then he might just follow you and get into your grandmother's bathtub instead. Oh, yes. I've tried phoning the gorilla and disguising my voice to sound like the gorilla's mother. But it's not easy to fool a gorilla about his mother's voice. Besides, he knew his mother was at the hair salon anyway. My dear friend, please try not to be frustrated. If the gorilla is still in your bathtub, I should like to tell you that the very best way to get him out is simply to say, "Gorilla, will you please get out of my bathtub now?" Because gorillas are really very friendly and quite easy to get along with if you know how to ask properly. Well, the gorilla has gone home and everyone is happy. See how smart you are now. Please is a very special word, isn't it? Let's practice saying please so you will never ever forget it. Just read along with me. Please hand me the towel. That gorilla dripped all over the place. May I play with the rubber ducky, please? Will you please not sit on the bananas? Will you please say please all the time now? Is it okay if I stop practicing now, please? I've got it. You want some more fun? Walk around your house saying please over and over again, just as fast as you can. Please, 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 please. Okay, everybody. So I hope you enjoyed our story today. How to get a gorilla out of your bathtub. I wonder, do you think saying please would work? Why do they call it the magic word? Ask your parents. You should always say please. It's polite and very good manners. My name is Teacher Cole, and once again, this has been another story time with Teacher Cole. Feel free to join my group, Teacher Cole's English Corner, anytime to have access to all of my stories or join my YouTube page. I look forward to seeing you again very soon next week for another story time with Teacher Cole. Goodbye.